All right, algebra 1. So we have your unit circle notes here. So you should pick this up in class. But again, the goal here is we want to fill in the rest of this unit circle. So we've got to do a little bit of work to figure that out. So again, you should cut out your triangles here. Now, what you'll notice is that, like we talked about, that the radius on a unit circle is 1. So if you look at your triangle, and I set it up here, let's say a 45, 45, 90, and I put right there in the middle at the origin, going up to this angle. That means this distance from here to here is 1, which means the hypotenuse is 1, which helps us figure out, well, what's this side equal to? Because that is going to tell us the y value of this point. Okay, if we know how far from here to here this is, then that tells us the y value. So what I'm going to do is we're going to use the ratio that we already know, the 45, 45, 90 ratio. Okay, I know that the 1, 1, 1 rad 2, that's the ratio there. And I already know the side that's across from 90 degrees, so that goes here. And we'll call this side y and this side x. So then I do my little cross multiplying. Y times rad 2 equals 1 times 1. And then I just divide rad 2 here. But then, as you know, we don't like radicals in the denominator, so I got to multiply rad 2 here and there. So then y is equal to, that becomes 2, and that is just 1 times rad 2, which is rad 2. Okay, so the y value at this point is rad 2 over 2. Okay, now we know with 45, 45, 90 triangles that if this side is rad 2 over 2, then this side must also be rad 2 over 2. They're the same. Okay, now if I go to the other side, let's flip this triangle around. Okay, so from the origin to this point, again, same triangle. Okay, so that must mean, and it's the same distance on the hypotenuse, so it has to be the same thing for the y value here. And if it's going up, then it must be positive rad 2 over 2. Okay, but what about the x value? Well, now the x value is going to the left. We're going from here to here. So then that means this is negative rad 2 over 2. Okay, kind of getting the idea here. All right, so let's check out one more side, and I'll have you guys do the rest. Okay, so now here, you're going to use the triangle that says 60 degrees on it. And again, this side is 1. All right, so I know the side that's across from 90. So let's set up our ratio for the 30, 60, 90 triangle. Okay, no, this is 1, 1 rad 3, and 2. Okay, so now we know that the side across from 90 is 1. So 1 goes there. But we don't know this side across from 60, which is y. And then this side down here, this is going to be our x. And that's kind of important to remember that that's the side that's y, right? Because that's the vertical side, which pertains to y. Okay, so now cross multiply 2y equals 1 times that, which is just 1 rad 3. Just divide 2, and it's simply rad 3 over 2. Okay, so that's our y value at that point. Okay, but what about our x? Okay, now I could cross multiply here and figure that out. But what about, if you notice, I had rad 3 over 2 here and rad 3 over 2 here. I got that. We did that in class. Hey, boys. Sorry, guys. Boys, hey, no more arguing. Stop. Okay? Excuse me for that. Okay, so now, if I look at my 30, 60, 90 triangle, this side was 1/2. And remember, this is the same triangle that we just used over here. So if this side is 1/2, that must mean that this side is also 1/2. So I don't have to do all the math to figure that out. So now that must mean the x here is 1/2. And again, think of that, flip that over. Let's go down here this time. Okay, so now I know that on a 30, 60, 90 triangle that this side is 1/2. So that means the x value at this point is 1/2, but that's positive, right? But if I go down on the y, that must mean that, again, the same thing as up here, rad 3 over 2, but now it's negative because the y value is negative down here. Okay, so you're going to use this idea to finish the rest of these. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning.